What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Yammie Noob. Today we are taking a look at something very exciting, a very first track day and what you should be expecting. I've not been on the track, Josh has not been on the track, and Whitney, you've been on once, right?
Yeah, I've done COTA.
All right, perfect. So let's dive right in and see what to expect from your very first track day. Alrighty guys, so we are out here at Harris Hill Raceway doing the How We Roll class. It's what they put all of the first timers through, and essentially it's some classroom time and then some closed track time for just the beginners. So if it's your first time out, you don't have to worry about being passed up the inside by somebody like Yam, who's going really fast and we're going really slow. But before we show you some of the facilities and stuff here, I wanted to go in and explain, our experience with motorcycles and what bike we brought out here, because we actually have quite a selection. So why don't we start with Whitney on the weirdest motorcycle and work our way over to me.
Hey guys, Whitney here. I've done one track day over at Circuit of the Americas with the XSR 900. Today I've got my R9T, not the ideal bike to bring to the track, but it's still a bike regardless. Had some issues with my XSR 900's chain. I'm gonna have a lot of fun. Got the crash bars on it, checked my tire pressure, it should be good to go. However, Josh did bring a motorcycle that's a little bit more fit for the track, so let's check his out.
What's going on? I'm Josh. So this is my SV650, ready to go for my very first track day. Super excited. I swapped out the bars, went with clip-ons, got everything tidied up. And SV650 is like one of the most well-known learning platforms for track riding. So I'm excited to see what it'll do. I've got Gixxer 750 forks up front, clip-ons, pretty fresh rubber. So it should be a lot of fun, but maybe not quite as fun as a Supermoto. Let's see what Spike's got.
Alrighty guys, so this is my 690 SMCR. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it at this point. Big single cylinder Supermoto. I'm very excited to see what it can do in a closed course. This is, a more track oriented Supermoto, if you believe what KTM will sell you. And I don't really have any expectations for today. I just want to come out, have fun, see what it's all about. And we've actually already done tech. The next part up is we need to go to the classroom, go through all of the little details of how to actually ride on a track for the very first time. And then we're gonna go out there and have some fun with an instructor. So stay tuned for all of that. We're gonna hop in the classroom, but we're gonna be showing you some sick B-roll of bikes going around the corner, people dragging knee and all that good stuff.
Just fueling up.
Hey guys, Whitney here. Just took my R9T around Harris Hill and I had a square tire, but I did it anyways, and I'm glad that I did, because one of my biggest takeaways, I think, is for a lot of beginner riders, it's important to just go and do it. If you want to do it, there's nothing to be afraid of. You can go at your own pace at a nice small track like this. There's tons of support. I was getting tons of support from a bunch of different, more experienced riders. I was taking corners at 40 miles an hour, but what matters is that instead of not coming because my XSR was not working today, I decided to come anyways. And that feeling is way better than had I stayed home. So my recommendation is, like, if you're just even the slightest bit curious, just do it, just go for it. Especially smaller tracks, first time beginner days, they're awesome. They're totally awesome. They're gonna be there right with you. They're gonna be giving you pointers and everything. So just do it.
To the editors, if you can fix my hair.
All right, so we are wrapping things up here at the end of the day, but before we get into what we learned, I'd like to just talk a little bit about what we actually did out there, because we did a lot. You'd think, well, you just come out here and run around in circles. Not really. There's a lot of little things that you have to do while you're out there learning how to get on and off the track. And we actually spent a lot of time figuring out how to get on and off the track, because they don't want you to immediately get on a line and just get right into somebody and have two bikes go down. So if you're gonna go out for your first track day, just figure out how to get on the track. It takes like a half an hour, right? We were out there for a good long time.
Absolutely. There's 4 or 5 different points on the track where you've got to, put a hand up to let other people know that you're not at pace yet, and that's for getting on and for getting off, and the whole procedure of how to work out here takes a little while to get together. You don't just turn the bike on and start ripping into circles.
Alrighty, so closing things out here, Josh, what is the one thing that you enjoyed the most, other than just going real fast?
I've never had my bike over that far, for sure. Not a parking lot, donut warrior, or anything like that. And feeling it that far over was awesome. And to feel it's stable. I mean, you're as far leaned over as you can imagine being, and I'm sure that there was way more angle that I could have had.
Yeah.
But just feeling it locked in there. There's this one sweeper out here that's fast, and you're locked in there. I'm in 5th or 6th gear on the SV. It felt so cool. It was a total blast, but also kind of the rush after a oh shoot moment, where I'm like, oh my gosh, I did not just wreck. Cool. That's very rewarding.
I think the main thing that surprised me about it is actually how fast you do go on your first time out.
Yeah.
Like we weren't just poodling around at parade pace. We were moving for a while, and obviously I wasn't looking at my dash, so I don't know how fast we were going.
No dash.
But it felt like, no dash on the SV. It's already a race bike.
That's right.
But we were going a lot quicker, so you really kind of got to get over that, and obviously, ride your own ride and so forth, but once you get the lines, you start adding more pace and more power here and there. So what's one thing that you want to work on next time you come out to the track? What's the one thing in your mind that you're like, this is what I want to hone in on first?
Where I look, I noticed huge differences. I would catch myself all the time not switching my targets quickly enough. So I'm going up, I hit it, and then not getting up there quickly enough, or feeling something weird and getting kind of caught in my head about what's going on and forgetting to look out. And as soon as I change my vision, I be back on that line and feel fine again.
Yeah.
And so I think that's my main thing, knowing exactly. It was the most fun part of the day was when we were following the coach and he was just pointing. We'd come out of every corner and he'd point, this is where I'm looking. It was the most helpful thing, and remembering that as much as possible, I think would make me feel a lot more confident into every turn.
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest thing I need to work on and really get in my brain are the lines. It's easy to get out there and think, okay, I really want to be hugging this, inside of the corner. I want to just stay down. I want to be right on that edge, and you don't actually. There's a spot right here on Harris Hill when you're coming down the back straight where you actually cut a corner straight and then hook back in later.
Yeah.
And that feels really unnatural, and it doesn't feel right, but it's actually the way that you're meant to do it. And so for me, the biggest thing is coming out here, really getting the lines right. Because as they said, once you get the entrance right, then you get the exit right. And then once you get the line down, you start getting closer to the apex. And then once you start doing that, then you can add a little bit of power. And that's really where you start, connecting all of the corners and actually putting together a good lap.
Yep.
And that's really difficult.
That's really a whole lot. It sounds simple.
Yeah, it honestly sounds really simple when I'm saying it, but when you get out there, it is a whole other world. But, end of the day, rate your track day experience 1 out of 10.
Oh man, it'd have to be an 8 or 9 at least. I can't just always be on the channel giving things 10s. So 8 or 9 for sure. It was a blast. I wish I had better tires on my bike. These tires get me by perfectly fine on the road. And we were talking to some other guys, and very helpful to know that having a proper set of Super Sport tires would have been cool. Might not have made too much of a difference at the pace I was going. But no, this was a 9 all day, I think.
Yeah, no, I'd give this one a 10 out of 10. It was too much fun to just go out there and be able to really run a bike through the gears. And you know, what surprised me is how much the SMCR has to give me. I mean, it is so much faster than I am, which I learned today. I was, you know, before I was like, I know how to ride my bike. I get out there and I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm a complete idiot. I need to go back out there now.
Yep.
But, you know, hey, there's always next weekend, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you gonna get your membership in now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go work on my balance sheet and make that happen. Because yeah, I caught the bug. It was a blast. People out here were super cool, welcoming. The whole procedure, they had it all down really nicely. I enjoyed it, and I'd love to be back.
Yeah. So guys, if you are out there and you're at all considering doing a track day, I implore you to go out there, find yourself a local track, do their intro course. Even if it's 150, 200 bucks, it is worth it. And you know, just go out and have fun. That's all this is the best place to do it on your motorcycle. There's no cars, there's no cops, there's no nothing. So if you want to go out, have a real good time on your motorcycle, go take an intro class and see whether or not it's for you. But until then, we'll catch you in the next one.
So my sweet little squid, this video is actually over, but lucky for you, click on this one right here. You can keep watching your sweet Papa Yam, delivering you the motorcycle content you've come to know and love. Don't worry, I'll wait. I'll be here waiting for you. You're gonna click on that video.